What's more exciting than catching a big fish? Catching a big fish and winning a new boat. Or a fishing trip to Zancudo Lodge in Costa Rica. How? Just be a Fisherman subscriber and weigh in your catch.
Hi folks, welcome to another episode of the Fisherman TV. I'm Fred Golafaro, senior editor at the Fisherman magazine, and this week we'll be heading north to sample some deep water fluke action off the Rhode Island coast with our New England sales manager Dale Nicholson and his buddies Mike Wade of Watch Hill Outfitters and Captain Tom Logan of Fish On Charters. Next, we'll join managing editor Tom Schlichter and Gary Grunsick of Silly Lily Fishing Station for a change in fluke tactics as they bucktail the shallow confines of Moriches Bay. And then we'll hook up with our Jersey Ed man John DeBona and Captains Alan Lee and Ray Bukowski as they drift fish a nearshore reef for some tasty sea bass outside of Manasquan Inlet.
There we go.
Hi, I'm Dale Nicholson from the Fisherman magazine. We're going out fluking today with Mike Wade from Watch Hill Outfitters and Captain Tom Logan from Fish On Charters. We're going to show you some different techniques, fluking, different baits for fluking. Come aboard and have some fun with us.
Well, I started fishing at a very young age, actually probably about 3 or 4 years old. Father took us out fishing, and that's how I started, mostly freshwater, and then I progressed to saltwater. Once I was a little bit older, I lived close to the Long Island Sound. I was able to get out fishing summer break for school, go fishing every day. The boat I run is a 36-foot Wayne Beal. It's a Down East style boat, single engine. It's got a large cockpit area for plenty of room for fishing. It's got a cabin, a full head. It's fully stocked with quality fishing tackle, Penn and Shimano. I enjoy fishing Rhode Island because it's got a diverse amount of species here to fish for. You're not limited to one area. There's plenty of reefs. There's Block Island we can run to from here. We can fish Napatree Point. We can fish all across Mesquamaket. We can run to Fisher's Island and fish for bass. Or short run out to the canyons to go tuna fishing or shark fishing. In this area, Mesquamaket, typically the best way we find fluke is using a double rig, a jig on the bottom and a trailer hook set up on the top. And it's a double hook system, so you have double your chances of hooking into a fish versus the standard sinker with a trailing hook on it. Today we fished with Mike Wade and Dale Nicholson from the Fisherman. Mike is from Watch Hill Outfitters. Mike is a good source for me for bait. He gets quality bait, local squid for fishing. It's a good source for me for getting fishing reports where other fishermen are going out the days that I'm not fishing. I'm able to get information from Mike. Well, for fluke, we like to try a bunch of different baits. Being a charter boat, usually I have 4 to 6 rods in the water at a time, so I can vary up what we're using for the jig, the colors, the trailers. We can change up the colors, the type of trailer. We like to use a lot of real meat, meaning bunker, herring, spearing, squid, live mummies, live killies. All that will tell you what the fish are keyed in on if you can have several rods out at one time, and then you can change over and kind of capitalize on what the fish are feeding on by loading up all the rods with that specific type of bait.
There we go. There we go.
Nice and easy. Is he a keeper?
Yeah, this thing's got a little meat to it.
Got a little meat to it.
Absolutely. This is a pretty stiff pole.
Yeah, we'll get the net up in here.
We got I think we got a nice fish.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
Keeper.
That's a keeper for sure.
Yeah.
All right, looks like he hit the flyer. Right.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's a nice keeper.
There's a nice fish.
Yeah, that's a keeper. That's a beauty.
A jig I like to use for fluke fishing is a bucktail, and it's called a jackpot digger. Like a regular bucktail, except it has a digging foot on it that it allows it to stand up, and it just kicks up the mud as you're jigging it along the bottom. Sometimes to get the fluke to bite, you really want to change up your presentation, how the jig and the baits are presented to them. So sometimes you got to work the jig a lot. Sometimes you just drag it and hop it off the bottom. Other times they just want it drifting right past them. You really have to vary that up, and you'll find out what the fish are keyed in on and what triggers them to bite that day. So it's good to try different things with different people, trying one way and another person tries a different technique.
Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Excellent.
You're gonna get the net, Dale?
I got it.
I'm still cutting bait here.
Got it.
Boy, he was just jacking with me and jacking with me. And I finally just gave it all the way back to him. I just let it sit down.
Got it. I'm becoming a firm
Pretty good.
believer of the
He's right on
jackpot.
that jackpot digger. Look
We
at it right
ready?
in the corner of his jaw.
There we go. Nice fish, Mike. I think that's pretty close.
That's pretty close.
That is pretty close. Get him out of there for you. There you go.
There's that jackpot digger. Let's see. No, he's just under.
Is he?
Yep, just under. So let's go ahead and get this guy back in the water. There he goes. Wow, that was cool. Did you see the way he skipped along there?
Dale was doing good. He was catching fish, but they were a little bit small at first. In one particular area, we kept drifting. He was picking up fish, and then he finally stopped catching fish, and everybody else was catching fish. We moved to another spot, and right away, Dale starts catching fish, and he catches the best fish of the day.
I think we got a nice fish. Oh, maybe not.
Need a hand?
No, I think I'm good. Maybe a net. We'll see what he looks like. Felt bigger in the beginning. Let's see. Oh, he's a nice fish.
That's a nice
That's
fish.
a beauty.
Yeah, that is a nice fish.
Not fighting.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Nicer fish than nice
Yeah,
fish.
that's a real nice
Whoa.
fish. It came out in the net, too.
Today we had a great time with Dale, and it seemed like he was really started off strong, and then he actually ended up catching the biggest fish of the day, but we sure were giving him a lot of grief because there was a period of time where he just didn't seem like he was catching. Tom, on the other hand, was running around the boat, which left me to catch quite a few of the fish.
Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Excellent.
You're gonna get the net, Dale?
I got
I'm
it.
still cutting bait here.
Digger, look
We
at it right
ready?
in the corner of his jaw.
There we go. Nice fish, Mike. I think that's pretty close.
Well, rubber nets for fishing are ideal. The hooks don't really get impaled in the twist of the twine on a regular mesh net, and it's easy for just to flip the fish out, and a lot of times the jig doesn't even hang up in the rubber net. It allows you to get back out fishing quicker with the jig or the hooks, and you get back to fishing instead of playing with a hook in a net. Sometimes when you're fluke fishing, the tide slacks and you're not moving at all. You can change up your presentations, or you can stop fishing or go to another area until you can get some tide moving. What you can do to change that up and increase your odds on catching fish on those dead times is either casting to the fish, where you actually cast out your fluke rig and you just reel it back in and do like you were jigging and bouncing bottom as you were if you had a good drift.
No, I think you had the mic on.
Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is.
Nice job, Mikey. Where you go get him? Once again on the cast.
Casted him out.
Nice fish, Mikey. Bring it right over. There we go, baby. Beautiful fish.
These are all nice.
These are all beautiful. Hey, Tom, I can't thank you enough. Mike,
Sure, no
I can't
problem.
thank you enough. You guys are great.
Glad you got some nice
Wonderful,
fish.
wonderful day on the water. Beautiful Musqueamish Beach in the background. I really can't thank you enough.
Yep, now you
Great day.
even got some spots for yourself when you come out here.
I got some spots out here. I got some other spots I'm not going to tell you about, Tom. That, you know. But
Yeah, I'll go there and start fishing it, right?
So you saw some great fluking off the beaches in Rhode Island. Hope you enjoyed the episode of Fisherman TV. Special thanks to Mike Wade from Watch Hill Outfitters and Captain Tom Logan for getting us on the water. This is Dale Nicholson from the Fisherman Magazine. See you on the water.
Well, for most fish, to get a good quality fillet out of your fish, you want to bleed them once you catch them. It clears out the meat of the blood, and on a fluke, basically the easiest way to bleed it is to insert your knife right behind the gill, and there's the pectoral fin here on the white side. You just insert the knife here and just go back and forth, and you'll start to get blood coming out of the fish, and the fish is bled, and then it's best to put it in a bath of ice and water. It'll cool it right down, it'll help bleed it out, and then you'll have one of the finest tasting fillets.